everyone. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. I just wanted to take a minute to recognize some awesome work you guys are doing. I've loved reading through your responses. You have some great things to say, some great input. I love it. And I also wanted to recognize the top 5 from each class for the Kahoots. So some of you guys got kind of creative with your names. But for first period, we have Imagine Losing, Christian, Julie, Brayden, and Jermaine. Second period, we have Yarly, Esteban, Ashley, Alicia, and Vivian. Third period, we have Presto, Esdubs, Lucas, Ethan, and Brianna. And fourth period, we have Ethan, Omar, Layla, Brianna S., and Reese. Good job, you guys. I'm just love seeing your responses, love seeing your participation online. If you got first in the Kahoots, you will have a little prize when we get back to the meeting together as a class. And I look forward to that day, and I can't wait to see you guys. So today we're going to be talking about binge drinking. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. I have a little slideshow presentation that I'm going to go through, and then some other things I'll explain a little later. So here we go on the PowerPoint. So the learning objective for today is students will learn what binge drinking is and how it can impact lives. You're going to list 3 ways binge drinking can affect someone's life. And our to-do today is watch video slideshow, which we're doing now, watch binge drinking video, binge drinking questions, and scenario. Okay, so binge drinking. What is it? Why do teens do it? And then what are the risks? So what is binge drinking? Binge drinking is drinking an excessive amount of alcohol in a short period of time. So 4 or more drinks in 2 hours or less. Really, it depends on the person and the body, but it's basically just drinking to get drunk. So if someone's drinking to get drunk, then they're participating in binge drinking. So what is drinking in excess? How much is too much? Many high school and younger people have a hard time knowing their limits. This is largely due to being unexperienced with alcohol. So basically, young people, they haven't experienced alcohol. They haven't experienced being tipsy, being drunk. They don't know how long or how much. They don't know what that feels like, and that it does take a minute to kick in. So they may drink a lot very quickly, thinking, oh, they don't feel anything, and then all of a sudden it hits them, or they don't know how their body is going to react. Another factor is a lack of knowledge about different types of alcohol. Not all alcohol is the same or has the same amount of alcohol, like the active ingredients of alcohol in it. A lot of times that's referred to as proof. So you'll see like a percentage of proof. That's basically how strong is the alcohol. And different alcohol contents react differently. And then on top of that, everyone's body is different. So what one person may be able to tolerate may be too much for another person. Okay, so we've already talked about how not all alcohols are the same. In this graphic, it shows some differences between the different types of alcohol. So we have beer, which can be about 5 to 12%. We have malt liquor, which is about 7, wine, which is about 12, and then hard liquor, which is about 40% on average, but can go up to much higher. Hard liquor is going to be something like tequila, vodka, gin, different things like that. So just keeping that in mind, that not all alcohol is the same. Having 12 ounces of hard liquor is much stronger in pure alcohol than having 12 ounces of beer. So you and drinking, what is the big deal? So alcohol is actually a toxin. It goes directly into your blood, and then your liver tries to filter it out before it poisons you. At best, your body can safely handle about 1 drink per hour, but you can never be sure. Many factors affect teens' body reaction to alcohol. So, alcohol poisoning could happen after 5 drinks or just one. There are people that react very strongly to alcohol and can get very, very drunk or even have alcohol poisoning after just 1 drink. But like it said, the liver is trying to filter it out. That's why you may hear about people who have been drinking heavily for an extended period of time, having liver problems, liver disease, things like that. That's where that comes from, because alcohol is poisonous to our bodies, and then our liver is trying to filter that out, but that is damaging for our liver. It can happen very quickly, that you can consume the amount of alcohol that can be fatal. It can take just 1 to 2 minutes. 90% of alcohol teens drink is consumed during binge drinking. So that's a lot. So your body and your brain on alcohol. So a lot of times people say, why do people drink alcohol? It's fun. It feels good. Makes you feel warm and happy and social. It makes you feel like the life of the party. It's an upper. But in reality, it's not exciting your systems, it's slowing it down. It's something called a depressant or a downer. So that basically means it's slowing down your system, slowing down your brain's ability to process information, slowing down its ability to think. It's removing that part of our brains that say, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't jump off the roof, or whatever that person may be doing. And that's why it can feel good, because it removes that kind of process of like, maybe I shouldn't say this. I wonder what people are thinking of me, yada, yada, yada. It kind of takes away that, so then people can just, gives them an excuse to just behave how they want or feel more free. But it is dampening the ability for the brain to process what is happening, what should be happening, what you're doing. So if you drink too much, eventually these processes stop, which is what happens when we have alcohol poisoning, is you drank too much and it slowed down your body system so much that it's no longer able to function. There's a lot of different things that people say can sober you up. So drinking black coffee, taking a cold shower, sleeping it off, walking it off, all of those things don't actually sober you up. The only thing that sobers someone up is time, for that alcohol to get out of the system, time for the liver to filter out those toxins, to bring your brain back to normal and your body and your heart back to normal. So alcohol effect on your brain. So here we have 2 MRI scans, one of a 15-year-old male non-drinker, and the other one is a 15-year-old male heavy drinker. Of course, these are 2 extremes, but you can see the devastating effect on the brain. So brain activity while performing a memory task. So both of them are sober. Neither of them have alcohol in their system at the time of the test. But as you see, the lights are much less on the heavy drinker than on the non-drinker. So what do those lights mean? So the lights basically mean that it is recording thought that's happening in the brain. It's recording activity in the brain, and that heavy drinkers' brain activity is much, much smaller than the non-drinker. And so that's just something to keep in mind. It impairs young people's ability to think, ability to remember, and just has a very negative effect on the brain. You'll also notice in this area right here, there's not so many lines. So those lines are folds in the brain, which is very important. This person, lots of folds. This person, not so many. Okay, so now that we've gone over the different types of alcohol, and we've talked about binge drinking, what it is, the effect on the body and the brain, we're going to do a couple of activities. So the first one is a binge drinking video. This is a video about a young man who participated in binge drinking at a party and unfortunately passed away as a result. We will also be answering 4 questions on a Google Doc. You'll do that as a class, so you'll be able to read each other's answers. And then we have binge drinking scenario. So this you're going to do on your own. You're going to read through the scenario, and then you're going to answer the 4 questions afterwards on your own. So that's the other things we'll do today. And then the exit question. So the exit question is, something to consider about drinking alcohol is ... So that's all I have for today. Hope you guys are having a really great day, and I look forward to reading your responses.